Hey everyone, welcome back to the NHถี่podcast, your go-to English podcast for learning English from real life. I'm Aaron, I'm Evan, your friendly reminder that watching yourself happy after 2 a.m. doesn't make you fix your life. Huh, that he's too close, Evan. I literally watched How to Become the Best Version of Yourself video of last night. It'll be ice cream from the top. Plastic combo, motivations, and diary. But that's exactly why today's episode is so needed. We're talking about why willpower and motivations aren't enough, and what actually helps you grow long term. Yeah, because let's be honest, we also waste a bit energy. I'm gonna waste up to 5 a.m., journal, meditate, run a marathon, become a fluent English, save the planet. And day 3 with like, where is my charges? When it's just 42 Instagram stories in a row, right? And the worst part is we start blaming ourselves. I guess I'm so lazy. But what even laziness? Just the best strategies. Exactly. In this episode, we are going to break down how it actually works, tiny daily actions, intention, or willpower, and how to stretch your comfort zones instead of being on fire. Thus, if you ever felt bad about not doing enough or being consistent, we promise this one's just like a deep breath, no pressure, just real talk. And of course, we got our favorite challenge joining us later with some beautiful vocabulary and so help yourself smart without using big words. So whether you're sipping tea or for work or for the never-ending laundry, let's get into it. Let's get up to something spicy. Willpower is overrated. Ooh, both move, Evan. Are you telling me of those discipline is everything ship reels lying to me? Not lying. Just incomplete willpower, very amazing one, brave one. You wake up like, I'm gonna drink juice once 5K, read 20 pages, learn English, and meditate twice. And that on day 3, you're drinking Coke, watching cast video, and head goes. Yeah. And here there's so many English learners struggles. They get excited by the fancy course. So on day 1, and then disappear by day 5. Not because they're lazy, but because they didn't build routines that survive low energy days. Exactly. Motivation is like that one friend who hops up in the party and disappears when it's clean up. Right. You can't build up a life around someone who vanishes when you get bored. You need a plan, something that holds even when your mood doesn't. So if you can sing and just maybe motivated, nah, you need a better systems, what more to do. Yeah, and here are the twist. Growth doesn't have to be painful. In fact, it works better if it isn't. You know that quote? Do hard things, shock your system. Yeah, I used to love that. Now it just sounds like an hour for the fitness boot camp will pay for and never attain. Exactly. Means come on, life already shocks our system enough. With deadlines, bills, social pressure, trying to figure out what a dinner. Do we really need more pressure to stress up our motivations? No. Most of us don't need to go harder. We need to work higher. You don't have to break out of your comfort zone. Just stretches. Like warming up a stiff muscle. A little tension is good, but snap is too far and you are out. And especially for English learners, if you speaking make you nervous, don't book a stage. That's not brave, that's cruel. Instead, order coffee in English, leave a comment online, talk your dog in English. That's a stretch, and that counts. Yes, they're not just that up. One day you're whispering words to yourself in the mirror, and 3 weeks later, we are explaining favorite dish to a stranger. That's how real growth happens. Quiet change those stress that slowly become your new comfort zones. And what if yourself you stress again? No pressure, no panic. Just steady progress. Okay, now let's talk about something most people blame themselves for. Laziness. Like, why can't I just do the thing? But here's the truth. It's really about being lazy. Yep, most of the times it's the motions running the show. I don't eat cookies midnight because I'm hungry. I eat them because I'm stressed, tired, or cigarettes by swearing because I choose to feel tired. Exactly. We snack, scroll, snooze, not because we're motivated, but because we're mentally exhausted. It's like a brain just buffering. Shame goes for learning English. People says, I don't have the time, but enough times. It's fear. Fears of messing up. Instead of silly. It's just feeling too drained to try. And here's the twist. Sometimes it's not stress or fear. It's boredom. That's the sense of emptiness that make you open Instagram with 12 times. And somehow it feels unsatisfied. Right? Laziness gets blamed. But boredom is real values hiding in plain sight. Because like faces, writing vocabularies or practice grammar isn't exactly thrilling. But that world actually lives in the quiet, not so exciting stuff. Like brushing your teeth. You don't post about it. Skip it for a few days. Chaos. So something feel boring. That doesn't mean useless. It might just be foundation. Less reps in the gyms, not flashy. But to build your strength. So instead of saying I'm just lazy, try asking what am I feeling right now? Bored, overwhelmed, afraid? That's one question that can flip the script. Because once you know your emotions, you start finding yourself and start working with yourself. And that's the difference between quitting and quietly continuing. And honestly, what makes it even far harder to keep quietly? The pressure to look like brainy, especially on social media. These days, it's not enough to grow. You have to perform your growth on the audience. Oh, yes. Like, if you don't post your 5 a.m. routine or quote about hustle, but if it happens, exactly. And let's be real. Most of us aren't chasing what we really want. We chase things with looking in the post, study English every day, read 100 books a year, start a business. But who are you doing for? Yourself or your followers? And it's dangerous because that first become a performance. Not brushing is your skills to connect or feel confident. You're doing on a field that is FOMO in productivity custom. Totally. That's the way we need to reminders, build a lifestyle, not a highlight reel. Because real growth, the kind you actually stick, is the flashy, it's quiet, it's repetitive. It's like journaling when you're watching or practicing English alone in your kitchen, you make eggs. Yeah, it's untagged, unposted, unfiltered. And that's what makes it powerful. Anyone can look successful for a moment, but building life it feels like weaving clapping. That's real. So if you feel like falling behind, the progress is not fast enough. Let's take go. You hop behind. You just real, and real takes time. So instead of asking, how does it look? Maybe ask, how does this feel? Because when you build from the inside, the outside takes care of itself. Which brings up to something a lot of people get wrong trying to change. They just try to the habit. No more sugar. And they blame the Instagram and creating YouTube. Yeah, both playing. But what are you doing instead? Because willpower may help you say no once, but also replacement creates a lasting change. Exactly. You can't just remove, you have to replace. You scroll TikToks because if you your brain dopamine. So if you want to stop, you need to do something else that feels rewarding. Like listening to the best podcast while doing chores, or switching to scrolling to journaling, or even just one message paragraph. Same goes for the English learners. Don't say, I stop wasting time. Saying, every time I reach for my phone, I do one English sentence challenge first. Replay the loop. Don't leave a voice. Because our brains have it in stepping space And when we don't give up them something better, they go running back to what's easy. So be kind. Don't just break bad habits. Fix yourself better ones. And here's the next part. Even the best habits will stick if your environments keep pulling in your wrong directions. Totally. Your surroundings are louder than your words. You can watch to focus and be focusing. Your space is cluttered and your energy is already low. Good luck. It's like trying to meditate in the middle of a dance floor. The intent is solid, but environment is just really important. Exactly. Want to read more? Put your book where your phone usually sits. Try to practice English. Set your browser homepage to English learner sites and start with YouTube. Little tricks like they change the phone. And when you default to support your goals, you don't have to fight yourself so hard. Okay, but let's get real. Even if we are great setup, when that's just feel like showing up. And that's where other people come in. Yes, not just any people. You need what I call a commitment champion. Someone who roots for you, not used for you. Yes. Big difference between did you do yet and hey, I'm proud of how far you come. Totally. Today's generation already puts some pressure on themselves. What we need is someone is our corner, not someone holding stopwatch. So that's my friends, sibling, and even the online community that gets it. And if you don't have a one, is be that yourself. Be your own champions until someone else joins the team. And here's the big hassle. Healing doesn't begin with perfection. It begins with the play. Yes, we're so focused on facing ourselves, but then forget how powerful and fun it can be. Try something, mess it up, laugh, try again. Learning English, sing along to silly songs, watch cartoon in English, makes mistakes on purpose, and celebrate them. That's growth too. Because when growth is playful, we actually want to shop again tomorrow. And that's how transformation becomes lifestyle, not a punishment. Take your life seriously, and don't you take yourself seriously. That's just the beautiful note of them. Growth doesn't have to be happy all the time. It can be light, playful, and even a little slowly. Totally. And if you're still listening, you just know you're doing better than you think. One small shift at a time, and it's that up. Speaking of small powerful, it's time for our favorite excellence wrap thing. You know who's waiting? Yep. Let's head over to the one only Charlotte. She got a name beautiful words today episode to help you sound wiser, calmer, and more confident in English. Yeah, take it away, Charlotte. Hey again, it's Charlotte. Let's take a closer look and powerful short phrases from today's episode. These words will help you express everyday emotions in idea more naturally in English. Overrated. When something is praised a lot but feels it doesn't deserve the hype. Example. That new restaurants were totally overrated, but feels look good, but it tastes so plain. Boot camp. An intense training program designed to push the heart, often used to fitness or learning. Example. She joined the coding boot camps to switch careers in just 3 months. Cruel. Very causing pain, either emotionally or physically. Example. It was cruel to blow and we forgot lights on stage. Nudge. A chance to push, physically or metaphorically. Example. My calendar reminder gave me the nudge I need to finally check after that dancing appointment. Several. Not obvious, quiet or small, but meaningful. Example. There was stuff that changed her mood after she got the news. Foundational. Something that is basic is very important, but it's based on building. Example. Just if foundational is any strong friendship. Overwhelmed. When you feel like there's too much happening emotionally or mentally flawed. Example. He's felt overwhelmed by a number of measures waiting for him after vacation. FOMO. The fears of missing out. He decides not being part of something others are doing. Example. She said yes to 3 events in one night because her FOMO was kicking in her. And that's it. Related to beauty or style, how something looks or feels visually. Example. Her desk setup had a cozy aesthetic with playing with warm lighting. Doom scrolling. Endlessly scrolling through negative or mindless content, usually without realizing. Example. He lost an hour to doom scrolling news headline before bed. Void. An empty space, physical or emotional. Example. After her dog passed away, there's a strange voice in the house. That is for today vocabulary breakdown. Remember, don't just learn 3 words with transcript this week. Speak them, write them, and make them yours. You're doing amazing. Now let's go back and Erin and Evan. Thank you, Charlotte. As always, I was so beautiful and explained. I feel like these words to click today. Totally. It's amazing how the few we've chosen words can change the way we think and speak. Alright, friends, that's bringing us to the end of this episode. If you might remind you, slow growth is still growth, then we don't jump. Yep, be kind to yourself. Swap pressure for progress, stretch your limit, don't step them, and above all, stop waiting perfect before you start. Thanks for hanging out with us today, and if this episode made you laugh, think, or breathe a little easier, share with someone who might help to need to. We'll catch you on next one. Until then, keep leaping forward.